moment this testimony hit the Senate floor, the room went silent. Not because someone shouted, not because a protest broke out, but because a senior COMEX executive, sitting under oath, said something that no one was supposed to say out loud. When asked directly about physical silver availability, his answer was short, careful, and devastating. There is no silver left the way people think there is. And in that moment, a crack formed in the system that has held the metals market together for decades. If you think this doesn't affect you, stay with me. Because what you're about to hear connects directly to inflation, your savings, and why panic quietly begins long before headlines admit it. This wasn't a rumor from social media or a wild theory from a forum. This was sworn testimony. Cameras rolling, senators listening, lawyers were present, and the wording mattered. The executive didn't say silver prices are volatile. He didn't say supply is tight. He admitted that the physical silver backing the market is largely spoken for, leased out, rehypothecated, and promised multiple times over. On paper, everything looks fine. Contracts are trading. Charts are moving. Analysts are calm. But under oath, the story changed. The silver people believe exists to cover these trades is not sitting there, neatly stacked, waiting to be delivered. That illusion shattered in real time. Before we go further, if you value calm, fact-based breakdowns like this that cut through noise and focus on what really matters, take a second to like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel more than you realize, and it ensures you don't miss what comes next here on Market Truth Archives. This is where we document moments like this before they disappear from the mainstream conversation. These moments matter more than breaking headlines. They shape what comes next, and they often go unnoticed until it's too late. To understand why this admission matters, you need to understand how the COMEX actually works. Most people think it's a giant vault where silver comes in and goes out. In reality, it's a paper marketplace. For every ounce of physical silver, there are dozens, sometimes hundreds, of paper claims. Futures contracts, options, swaps dominate the system. Most traders never want delivery. They just want exposure. That system works only as long as almost no one asks for the real metal at the same time. The executive's testimony confirmed what many suspected but few could prove. The registered silver that is supposed to be readily available for delivery is a tiny fraction of total open interest. Eligible silver exists, yes, but eligible doesn't mean available. It belongs to someone, and unless they choose to sell it or convert it, it's not backing your contract. When pressed by senators about whether the system could handle a surge in physical delivery demands, the answer was carefully worded, but it was clear enough to anyone listening closely. The system is not designed for that scenario. This is where panic actually begins, not with screaming traders or crashing charts, but with quiet realizations behind closed doors. Large institutions listen to this testimony differently than retail investors. Reese. They hear exposure, they hear the possibility that paper promises could be questioned. And once trust starts to erode in a market built almost entirely on trust, things move fast. Think about what silver is used for. It's not just an investment metal. It's critical for solar panels, electric vehicles, medical equipment, electronics, and defense systems. Demand isn't shrinking. It's growing. At the same time, mining supply has been relatively flat. New discoveries are rare. Costs are rising. Recycling can't fill the gap. When a senior exchange official admits there's effectively no buffer left, that demand-supply imbalance becomes impossible to ignore. What made this Senate moment even more unsettling was what wasn't said. There was no reassurance that new physical inflows are coming. No claim that inventories are rebuilding. No denial of stress. Just legal precision and silence where confidence should have been. That silence speaks volumes. Markets hate uncertainty. And this kind of uncertainty doesn't show up immediately in price. At first, it shows up in behavior. Higher premiums on physical silver. Longer delivery times. Increased use of cash settlement instead of metal. Rule changes appear. Margin adjustments follow. Small signals emerge that most people miss, but institutions don't miss them. History gives us a clear pattern. In every major financial stress event, insiders move first. Public narratives stay calm until the exits start to narrow. In 2008, it was mortgage bonds. In 2020, it was liquidity. Now, quietly, it may be physical commodities. When paper claims vastly exceed real-world supply, the weakest point is confidence. This doesn't mean silver runs out tomorrow. It means the illusion of abundance is breaking. And once that illusion breaks, price discovery changes. Silver stops being priced purely as a trading instrument. It starts being priced as a scarce, strategic resource. That transition is rarely smooth. Ask yourself this. If even a small percentage of contract holders demanded delivery instead of rolling over, what happens? The executive didn't answer directly, but the math answers for him. There isn't enough metal. The system would be forced to settle in cash, delay, or change the rules. And once that happens, trust doesn't fully come back. This is why the word panic doesn't mean chaos in the streets. It means quiet repositioning. It means smart money reducing exposure to paper risk. It means physical metal commanding a premium over spot prices. Prices that no longer reflect reality. It means headlines lagging behind events. Here at Market Truth Archives, we've seen this pattern repeat. First denial follows, then minimization appears, then sudden acknowledgement framed as unexpected. This Senate testimony sits right at that inflection point. It's the moment that will be referenced later, when people say they were told and they didn't listen. If you're still watching, you already understand this isn't about hype. It's about structure. A system built on leverage works only until it doesn't. And when a key player admits under oath that the foundation is thinner than advertised, the conversation changes. As we move forward, watch not just prices, but policies. Watch how exchanges talk about stability. Watch how often delivery is discouraged. Watch the gap between physical and paper markets. These are the signals that matter. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Do you think this admission will be brushed aside? Or is it the beginning of a much bigger shift in how silver is valued and trusted? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Conversations like this help surface perspectives that mainstream coverage ignores. If you found this breakdown valuable, share it with someone who still believes the system always tells the full story. This moment will likely be remembered as a footnote by some, and as a warning sign by others. Which one it becomes depends on what happens next. But one thing is clear. Once something is said under oath, it can't be unsaid. And the idea that there is plenty of silver sitting safely behind the scenes just took a serious hit. Stay curious. Stay calm. Stay informed. This is Market Truth Archives, and we'll be here watching what happens after the silence.